Hi, I'm Mike from Tuned Bike Service. We're here today to give you a preview of the 2021 Husqvarna Hardcross 8. The bike that we've got in front of us here is my personal bike for this season. I've changed a couple of components around to suit myself, but we will get into those details. We'll start from the front of the bike. You're running 27.5 inch wheels on the Hardcross series, as opposed to the mullet setup that the Mountain Cross series is running. On the Hardcross 8, you get the Fox 38 Performance fork as standard, which is a pretty decent fork to have as standard on a bike. I've done a couple of events on this bike now, and compared to the Mountain Cross that I ran last season that had Fox 34s on the front, it is a massive step up in performance. Obviously, I've gone from 150mm travel to 180mm, but I think the rigidity of the fork just does wonders for how the bike feels underneath you. Just absolutely planted no matter what you're throwing at it. In the rear you've got the Fox Float X2, 180mm travel again there, and it just, you don't think about what the suspension is doing on this bike, which always says to me that it's doing what it needs to, because nothing's going wrong to make you think about what's happening underneath. You just get on with riding the bike. It comes with the Shimano EP8 motor, which is 85 Nm of torque. It's a massive step up from the E8000 that was previously the Shimano flagship motor. And on top of getting extra power out of it, it's quieter, it's more natural feeling in terms of the power delivery, and you get better range from the same capacity battery. So on a bike like this, 630 watt hour battery, Shimano EP8, on eco, on flat ground, you're looking at up to 190 kilometres of range. Obviously, once you get into the hills, that is going to change, and you're not going to run it on eco all that much because it's just too much fun on boost. You just, set it on boost, and everyone's going to see the e-bike grin, and really, that's what it's about. So, mine pretty much is always set to boost. You get the DT Swiss Hybrid 1900 wheel set. You get XT rear derailleur 12 speed, Dior cassette 10 to 51 tooth, and a Dior shifter. In my opinion, going for the Dior cassette is actually a pretty good move. It saves you a bit of money, it costs you a bit of weight, but it's actually probably more durable than the XT cassette would be anyway. And on an e-bike with the extra torque and the extra riding you can do on it, that's probably a pretty good choice. They come with the Husqvarna branded dropper post. They change, obviously, like a lot of other brands, different lengths for different frames. I'm fairly short, so I'm on a small this season, and the length of the dropper post reflects that. I've had other bikes that I've had to swap out the post for something shorter for myself to make it work, but this one, straight out of the box, dropper post was mint. Basically, all we had to do was put the cable to it and put it in the frame, and it was good to go, and it's been good since. What I have changed on this bike is the race face handlebar that I've put on there. It's a 6C carbon downhill bar. I've gone that way because I think probably the downhill to deal with the extra weight of the bike and maybe the rider. And I've put race face Get a Grip 33mm grips on there as well, which just make it a little bit more comfortable for me. The carbon bars do a really good job of absorbing some of the really small vibrations and shocks that the fork doesn't quite pick up, and just makes it a more comfortable, more confidence-inspiring ride. One thing that I've had a couple of people question me on is the brake set, because they come with the BRMT 520 Shimano brake, so it's still a 4-pot. A few people have said they don't think they're quite up to the job. Personally, I've run that type of brake on my last 3 or 4 bikes, and I think they're great. Really, really good value for money. Haven't had any issues with wandering bike point or anything like that. Maybe I'm lucky. They also come with 203mm Ice Tech rotors front and back, so that might help with the brake performance a little bit, but also it just makes it look even cooler. Your battery is mounted in the down tube down here. Takes about 3 minutes to swap out on the side of a trail if you ever need to do that, if you've got a spare battery. And what else can we tell you? I've run it in a couple of events so far and have been really impressed, even compared to the Husqvarna Mountain Cross that I was running before this. So the Mountain Cross was 150mm travel front and back. The version that I was running was still 27.5-inch wheels front and back. But to go from that to the Hardcross 8 with the 180mm travel, just eats everything you can throw at it. Whether it's taking it out to the bike park or going up to Rotorua and thrashing it in the redwoods or entering stuff like the 2-dub, it just takes it all in its stride. The last round of the 2-dub I did, we raced on the Saturday, we practiced on the Friday. On the Sunday we were meant to be going home, still hadn't had enough of the bike, and wound up parking and just going and doing laps of Eagle versus Shark until I'd worn out one battery, and then finally had to say, okay, we better drive back to Palmerston North. Yeah, really I can't say enough about how much fun this bike has been so far, and we've sold a few of them now to other people and everyone absolutely loves them. If this bike looks like it could be something that you're interested in, then I suggest you get in touch really quickly. We've got a shipment due to land this week. They're coming out of the container at the wharf in Tauranga right now. So I believe I've got one in each size from small to XL available. But you need to get in touch quickly because they will not stick around long. Cheers.